Hello, Elly here from Thankful Flow Yoga. Thank you for joining me for this stretch and reset morning flow. So today we are going to be stretching out and getting the body all ready for the day. So we're going to be energizing, stretching, strengthening, balancing. But as always with any practice that you do, really just taking the options that you need today and leaving anything that is not for you. So just remembering that especially if you are doing this morning practice in the morning, which you can do at any time of day, but it is designed as a great one for the morning. Just be mindful that your body is still waking up, your body is maybe a little bit tighter than it might normally be, and that is okay. So listening to that. So we're going to come down and start the class in a comfortable seated position. Make sure that you've got any kind of blocks or props that you might need. And we're going to bring the hands to just rest on the knees or the thighs to begin with, and start to close down your eyes or take the gaze out in front. And we'll begin this practice with coherent breathing. So we'll breathe in for 6 and breathe out for 6. But if this doesn't feel right for you, please just come back to your natural breath or do a count that works for you. So inhaling through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Coming back to your natural breath now. And bringing a little bit of ahimsa into this practice today. And ahimsa is one of the yamas, the external behaviors that we look at as part of our yoga philosophy. But of course, these external behaviors are all very much affected by our internal behaviors as well. So it's all connected. So honoring ahimsa today, which means non-violence, but could also be translated as love and compassion, kindness towards yourself as well as others. So maybe bringing a little bit of that to your practice today. I want you to bring the hands together and just rub the palms of your hands together, creating a little bit of energy here, a little bit of friction between the hands. And bring the hands over the eyes and then down to your heart space. I want you to press the hands, just gently pressing them into the heart, the chest area. Imagine that you're sealing the energy there, the energy of kindness, compassion. Often we have a lot of our own thoughts to deal with, our own critical thoughts running through our mind. That little voice that sometimes tells us that we're not enough. So just being aware of that today and seeing if you can practice that ahimsa towards yourself. So releasing the hands now, opening the eyes back up if you had them closed. And bring the left leg out to the side. So left leg's coming away from the center line of the body, but it doesn't matter how far out we're taking it. And this right leg's bent in. So using any blocks or props to support you underneath the hips or underneath this right thigh. And then take this right hand either to the outside or the inside of that left leg. Inhale, sweep the right fingertips up, lift up and out from the waist. As you exhale, stretch over to the left side. Again, you could be much higher up, really making sure you've got your space across the chest. So you could be looking here, or maybe you're coming down a little bit deeper. Maybe this right hand reaches the left toes. But that might not be where you need to be today or on any day. So focusing your gaze inwards. What do I need today? What is my practice calling for? Why am I here on my mat? And release, come up to center. Left hand comes to right knee or thigh. Right hand comes out behind. Inhale, lift your ribs away from your hips. As you exhale, take a twist to the right. Send your gaze over your right shoulder. Reconnect to your breath. As you breathe in, see if you can make a little bit more space. As you breathe out, relax into that space you created. See if you can observe any thoughts passing through. It all starts with awareness, being the watcher and the observer. And release. Switch the legs over, so bend the left leg in, bring the right leg out to the side. Placing that right hand either on the outside or the inside of your right leg. Inhale, sweep the left hand up. Really lift up and out from the waist first. As you exhale, stretching over to the right. Maybe that left hand finds the right toes, but that is really just an option. It's not where you need to be. Finding your breath. Remembering that yoga is not the asana itself. It is really a lot more connected to how we react to the asana, the poses, rather than the pose itself. So connecting to what is this doing for me, rather than what is this pose doing to me. Breathing here. And coming back up. Right hand floats to the left knee or thigh, left hand comes out behind. Inhale, we lift and lengthen. Exhale, twist to the left. Send your gaze over the left shoulder. Notice any little niggles in the neck, the shoulders, the upper back. Starting to wake everything up. Feel that energy, that stretch. Stretching and resetting, ready to take on the day. Well done, and releasing. Now we're going to make our way into tabletop position. And then coming onto this left side, so pivoting your left foot over to the left side, open out, find your modified Vashisthasana. So right leg's lengthened, left leg's bent, right arm's reaching up. Either working here or you're going to lift that right leg. Maybe you can bend it, maybe this right hand can find the right ankle or foot and pressing the hips forwards. I love this one. It's such a nice stretch into that right hip flexor. We're opening this right shoulder. It won't feel good for everyone, that's okay. If it's not for you, don't take it. And releasing. See if you can release with control. Float the right leg back down to the mat. Come back to all fours. Take it on to the other side. So pivoting, right hand grounded, left fingertips reaching up. Finding that modified Vashisthasana. And you could be working here. This is a really lovely stretch down the left side of the body. Option to lift the left leg, take a bend in that left leg, maybe bring the hand to the foot and press the hips forwards. So finding a bit of a spinal extension, opening the left shoulder, stretching into that left hip flexor, left thigh, breathing. And releasing, come back down to all fours. Tuck the toes under, exhale, send your hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Inhale, come up on the toes, so lifting the heels away from the mat. Exhale, heels draw back down. They don't have to come down to the mat, we're just coming in that direction. Inhale, heels lifting. Exhale, heels drawing back down. One more inhale, heels lifting. Exhale, heels drawing back down. Inhale, step this right foot through between the hands, drop your back knee down, find your low lunge. Hands could be on blocks here, so you can always bring blocks to frame that front foot for some extra support. Again, you might be having the left hand on a block. And we're going to inhale and reach this right hand up to the ceiling. Follow with your gaze. Maybe you're working here. This could be a nice place to be. Or that right arm can reach around behind. And maybe if it feels okay on that left knee, you start to bend in that right leg. Maybe the hand takes the foot. Breathing here. So another one that's really lovely stretch into that left thigh and hip flexor. We don't want to compromise the knee, however, here, so just be careful. If the knee doesn't feel right, then take one of the other options. So we're going to release from this and having a little bit of fun now. Lift the chest away and just make sure your front knee is stacked above the ankle, ground down into your right heel. And we're going to see if you can bring the weight a little bit more into your left leg. Don't worry if you want to bring the hands down for this. See if you can float that right leg out to the side. So now we're in our gate pose. So right hands on the right thigh, left arms are reaching up. Inhale, exhale, stretching over to the right. And come back to neutral. Seeing if you can float this right leg around and in front, come back to that low lunge on the right side. Left hand could come down to the block or a mat. Inhale, right arm reaches up and around. Maybe you take that foot in the hand. Just come to where you need to be. And release, well done. So now tucking under the back toes, lift that back knee away from the mat. Inhale, reach the fingertips up to the ceiling. Power into your right leg, just add in some extra steps if you need to. Find your warrior three. Hands come into cactus position. Breathing here. If cactus is too much with the arms, then take them back to heart center. Start to lift the chest, step that left foot back. Now we're coming into our pyramid pose. So left toes are pointing out at a slight angle, hips are square. Inhale, reach the arms up to the ceiling, lift up and out from the waist. Exhale, cactus the arms again. Inhale, lifting, lengthening through your spine. Exhale, keep the spine long, forward fold, right hips tucked in. In your fold, now keeping the arms in this 90-degree angle, draw the arms in, maybe the palms of the hands come together. Bring the arms back out to the side, lift the chest, come back up. So 2 more of these. Inhale, make space. Exhale, float forwards. Inhale, draw them in. Exhale, open back out. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, float forwards. Inhale, draw them in. Exhale, open back up, squeezing those shoulder blades in together. Inhale, lift the chest, well done. Float the hands down to frame that front foot. Step it back to plank. Flow through a vinyasa. Inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhaling back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, step the left foot through between the hands, drop the back knee, find your low lunge. Take any blocks or props that you need. Ground into your right hand. Inhale, sweep the left arm up and over. Maybe you stay working here with the left arm reaching up to the ceiling. Maybe it comes out behind. Maybe then bend in that back leg. Just take what feels right for you. Maybe sending the gaze out behind. Taking a moment to reconnect with your breath. Releasing from the stretch. And then we're really bringing this weight a little bit more into the back leg. So stabilizing here. Make sure I've got space. So stabilizing here, and then having a little bit of fun with it. Don't worry if you end up wobbling or falling all over your mat. Bring your weight into that back leg and see if you can, whoop, bring the left leg out to the side. Left hands on the left thigh. Inhale, right arm reaches up, lifting up and out from the waist. Exhale, stretch over to the left side. Inhale, come back up to center. Again, use your hands if you need to, but maybe seeing if you can lift that left foot away, bring it back out in front, and come back to where you were before. So maybe the left fingertips reach up to behind, maybe the hand takes the foot. Breathing here. So good. So good doing these kind of movements in the morning. Such a great way to start your day. Well done. And releasing. Tuck under the right toes, power up through the back leg. Lift the chest. So now you're in a high lunge. We're going to bring the weight into the left leg, lifting the back leg away for warrior 3. Hands could be on blocks for support. Hands could be in heart center, or you're going to come into cactus with me. So cactus arms at this 90-degree angle. Breathing here. Pressing through the heel of the right foot, keeping the hips as square as you can. Start to lift the chest, float your back leg down. So right toes at an angle, hips are shining forwards. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, cactus position with the arms. Inhale, lifting the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Exhale, we fold forwards, keep the left hip tucked in. So coming down to halfway, drawing the arms in together, palms meet. Bring your arms back out to cactus, lifting the chest. And we go twice more. Folding forwards, keeping the left hip tucked in. Draw the arms in together. Open back out to cactus. Lifting the chest once more. And we fold, tucking the hip in. Arms draw in. Open back out, squeezing the shoulder blades in towards each other. And lifting the chest. Float the arms down to frame your front foot. Step back to plank. Flow through your chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale back to your downward facing dog. Take a moment to breathe here. Breathing into that space. Take a little shake or a nod of the head, just ironing out any little kinks. And we'll inhale, sweep this right leg up to the ceiling, 3-leg dog. Don't worry if that right leg's just hovering away from the mat. Flow the right foot in through between the hands. You're going to keep this left hand grounded. Reach the right arm up to the ceiling and then start to pivot onto the knife edges of both feet, finding your evolved Skandasana. Maybe this right arm can reach to the back of the room. Breathing here, feeling that stretch into the outside of the right hip space, glutes. And float that right arm back up and over. Ground through both hands. Lift the right leg away from the mat. Right knee comes to the outside of the right wrist. Maybe the right ankle comes towards the left wrist, but it doesn't need to be there. Be careful of your knee joint. What feels right on the knee, come down into your pigeon. So taking your lying pigeon pose instead, if this doesn't work for you, that's always there for you to take. And we'll come down onto the forearms, start to take a little fold over that right leg. Closing the eyes or taking a steady gaze. Coming back to ahimsa, non-violence. Having that kindness and compassion in our mind, in our thoughts, in our actions, our words, the way we treat ourselves and others. Noticing how you speak to yourself during your practice. And what kind of thoughts are passing through. And trying not to judge anything, but just increasing awareness of what's alive. Walk the hands back in, so ground into the hands, tuck under your back toes, and lift the hips up to the sky, come back to a downward facing dog. This time we inhale, sweep the left leg up to the ceiling, 3-leg dog, open the hips if that feels good too. If your leg's just hovering away from the mat, that is okay too. And then we float the left foot through between the hands. Inhale, reach this left arm up and over. Start to see if you can pivot onto the knife edges of the feet. Evolve Skandasana. Left fingertips reaching towards the back rim. Feeling that opening into that left hip space. Love this one. Again, such a nice one to do in the morning. It can feel quite a strong place to be as well. Just keep listening to your body. Float the left arm back up and around. Both hands ground into the mat. Lift the left leg away. Left knee comes to the outside of the left wrist. Maybe that ankle comes towards the right wrist, or maybe it's more tucked in. See what feels right for you. Finding pigeon. And maybe coming down onto the forearms, maybe taking a forward fold. Closing the eyes for a moment if that's comfortable. Well done, and start to bring those hands back down to the mat, tuck under the back right toes, and lift the hips to the sky, meet back in your downward facing dog. Relax the head, take a last little shake out, roll, any movement with the head that feels nice. And then we're gonna come up on the toes and walk the feet through between the hands. See how far you can come. If you've got to jump through, you can take that. And we'll sit the hips down. Come down to a seated position on the mat, reaching the legs out in front. Inhale, reach the fingertips up. Exhale, keep the spine long, float the hands forwards. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, floating forwards. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, float forward. Stay in the fold this time, Hashimotonasana. Hands on the thighs, the shins, maybe the feet. And trying to think about reaching forwards with the crown of the head rather than down. So keeping that length in the spine. Even if that means you're much higher up, then that is the best place to be. Just keep that space and that length. Maybe on your inhale, finding a lift through the chest. Exhale, softening the body. And then inhale, lifting the chest, coming away from the fold. Bring the legs back to a cross-legged position or a comfortable seated position on your mat. And we're going to close the eyes. Bring the palms of your hands back together, and I want you to rub the palms of the hands together again, creating some friction, some energy. Maybe you can feel some energy or heat being created between the hands as you rub them together. And then we're going to place the hands on that heart center. So sealing that energy in our heart space, anahata, our heart chakra. And imagine that you're sealing in ahimsa, that love and compassion, non-violence towards yourself and others. Keeping that with you for the rest of your day. Notice if there's been any shift in your energy. Maybe you can feel your heartbeat, or your chest moving with your breath. Relax the shoulders, relax the face. When you're ready, you can release the hands and just open the eyes if you had them closed. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for that stretch and reset morning practice. I hope that you are feeling stretched and that you've had a little reset to start your day. Do comment and feedback to me on how you're getting on, and if you haven't already, do subscribe to this channel. It's totally free, but I really appreciate all your support so that I can continue this kind of free yoga resource. And yeah, link below to other things that I do or other videos on here that you might like. And yeah, just thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.